Alrighty, welcome back to some more JDT stuff over here involving some more of that ERC that we got going on over here. You need little teaser involving them over in here. This is basically the potential paths that can branch out over here when you choose Ronald Lopez Voodoo over here. Over here. You see that that's gonna branch out over here with various paths we get going on. And you can see over here, depending on the circumstances over here. He'll remain. Quentin Hart takes over all down to cast. Like that. We got Hug Promises, Lucas Vision indicating the crisis. Putting the big three over in here. And yeah. See how that branches out over here. Foot over here, we're gonna go from left to right over here. Quit that house off. People speak. At what point did Hug decide to throw all Voodoo's plan out the window? She replaced him as Secretary 2 years ago. Shall put an end to that perfidious round and send him back to Canada the first chance he had. Was they trusted him more than most firepower plan and every turn of mystery to twist and bend his way until they barely resembled the starting plan. Plan to give some concession at the same time. A police force put pressure on the protesters. Blaze had barely even been present in most of the protests, and so the consensus only helped to fuel the fire of the protests, and now even people in Denver got around his office. Are you gonna tell what you have done? Look at the window and see what you have done. Will said the hog as you look. Now the protesters get below. They'll charge him any moment now, and they'll do. And when they do, they'll have both of our heads. Is any one of yours? Charge in here, Hug, said with a level of walking through the. Does that cow look like it wants to kill us? I don't see any pikes down there. I didn't even heard them sing a while ago. But they won't leave. They won't leave anytime soon until we give into every single one of their calls for democratization. Illusion you when you were in action as bread. Tell me why I shouldn't have you shot this very instant. Who has missed with fire in his mouth? Because you know most of the party behind me, and so too is the crowd side. When you kill me, you really have doomed us all. You even shove it because you know your only option is to give in to them. You've just been too stubborn to accept it. But face it, Rudo. Your career ends here. Alex said with the biggest sheen and grin Rudo has ever seen in his whole life. For neither of them said anything, they barely even moved. And for Rudo to be the first one to sigh out. If I step down, do you promise nothing will happen to me? Well, as he stared out into the seemingly endless crowd. Not a thing. Yeah, little fag over here. It's privileged Unum over here, that little lean model. It says if Hog manages to take over here, what happens if Lorenzo manages to take power over here? A quiet evening. Well, of course, say a plan never survived contact with the enemy. Thinking back, Rudo now saw that his original plan hadn't even survived contact with his own cabinet. Howell and Lucas would clearly both more ambition than he ever given credit for. Not quite ambitious as the army during the 80-day crisis, but ambitious nonetheless. In a perfect world, that simply would not do. But what was he to do? Send him to some dark dungeon never be seen again? No. What kind of leader would he be been in that case? Left and right wing to the party would never forgive him, and soon after the center would collapse. No. What we would need was a more managerial solution to it all. So I call the academy game. Gentlemen, I was still this mean by congratulating all the men gathered before me. You think there are tireless efforts in the past couple of months that we have weathered the worst of the storm? According to most reports, only the most headstrong brutes remain out in the streets of most ACs. Our rule has been over quite accepted. Our new season scale to Chicago. Rudo declared with a beaming smile. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this over here, but this is during the regional side of things over here. So after the initial wars and all this stuff over here for the regional stuff. We're into that little bit of the consolidation phase over here. I forgot to mention that over here, my bad. Yeah. Seattle to Chicago. We look with a beaming smile, strong voice. When the handful of fighting the can begin to see the murderers. Even Hong look at the machines after the report. But as you must know, the hard work is now ahead of us. We are promised reform to the people, and as such, we must now deliver. Vote are independent without any party favors. You cannot be voting to local electoral colleges. We have an obligation to grant them 10% of the assembly. We've also agreed to set up a new electoral or committee to oversee the fairness and the election process. In my opinion, there's no benefit jumping down our entire colleague Quentin Hogg. We will make the declaration on any flair or big fanfare. That was it. With that Lone Hawker just lost some interior mystery. Besides that, we just compare ourselves to become more involved in the arts and culture than they should. While they are adequately for these new responsibilities, the ministry culture shall be established. And proceed with rest late. By the offense, John Lucas. Again, no obligations, no objections, and sorry, there's a little bit of objections. And no he enforce a shy smile. Now I fill the vacancy for the interior for ministers. I shall apply for prime members Gerhard Schroeder and William J. Porter, respectively. Any additions? None. Perfect. On to the next topic. So yeah, fucking Loreno. This would be Lorenzo. Nice fucking solidify his position over here with a simple move. He's needing over here. I'm curious exactly what their paths are gonna be like over into here. I very much want to see exactly how they're going different. I think we're gonna. When the demo finally comes out over here, after like 2 goddamn years, maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to actually, post content for once. Anyway, over here. And then we got to the aristocratic tradition now, or aristocratic reaction, depending on the. Yeah, so where's this? Mere formalities. However, when this blind to the nature of the people that surround him, because when he surrounds himself with fanatics and wannabe despots, but every single concession stuff handed opponent not only ever had implemented, if it had been implemented at all. Replaced in the reports he received by escalatory measures and boycotts in the streets. What is his own doing? How he turned the national movement into one giant echo chamber who leads to complete separate from the white populace. And now he's sunk into his chair looking over at Hogger to it so the lives welcome crushing around him. I believe we could all agree that even 2D on this ride just for far enough. We'll address the rest, like who are playing the work for me. Here's me and over 7 days prior. I'm going to do lines like an actor on the stage. Violent constantly across most of our new territory made it clear that the mob only understands violence. What we need to do is to pull the obvious guide and sightsee so that they fear into the streets again. Chairman, what we need is, I won't say you crack down like that, Lucas. You know I won't. You rejected. You need the last of his string to put up the last bit of resistance. Have Wolf forgotten his line? Perhaps he has skipped a few. He used to be a great character. We look quite sure how to read the flash of surprise on his face, but he knew at the end become all the same. Quick as well was able to improvise as ever seen over here. That's a minor true talent right there. I'm disappointed with the idea of chairman stuff, but it's the grit he showed when he was in with the build. I now see that I was wrong. It appears our chairman is now unable to properly lead us in a time of crisis. Lucas brought up which another member of the council me not long. Perhaps you are right, who spoke of these strain out his back. If you haven't to kill, might at least make it a comfortable end. One you can live past. I immediately resign my post as chairman on the national movement for national unification. I suggest this cabinet to accept John Lucas as my replacement. ENC. Yeah. I very much, I think it's a neat little T over here. I'm actually using the balance of power. We can't go here. The restful has not used over here. Because, understandably, it's kind of a bitch to really get that to really implement that though, really, and kind of weird. From what I remember. I don't really bother much with the balance of power stuff. Actually, my kind of whatever for you. So yeah, the little teaser vid for you guys over here. Nothing big over here, but I guess it is kind of big over here because we got past reviews for when you go down the Wudo side of the ERC over here. And yeah, the regional unification stuff. Indeed. And very much I'm looking forward to see one of the other paths before this, like Tito back and the other guy over here, I can't remember the name, see if it comes back to me. Oh yeah, Zog. King Zog over here for fucking. I mean, yeah, that's in my mind. Wow. It's been a bit over here since I've seen that Tate over here. Just took me a while to reach into the depths of my brain and trying to figure out where the fuck it was. Anyways, I do wonder if they're gonna be something similar to this over here for them over here. It would be interesting to see if not, then that's fine. I'm just curious if there's gonna be something similar to that. But yeah, enough. Yeah, I mean, yep, and yeah, it's gonna be it over in here though. So That was right side over here. I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was. Anyways, so yeah. Whatever it is we got next time over here, it's probably gonna be the rest of the stuff over here. But hopefully that fucking second demo drops soon. It's been like 2 goddamn years, so yeah. Till then, I'll see you guys later.